What's a luxury of being single that couples just don't understand? I would have thought that if anything, couples would be the ones who would get the luxuries of being single. My list. No relationship politics. I don't have to deal with people I don't like or people who don't like me for the sake of myself. No jealousy, no anxiety about losing someone. No crappy compromises. In one past relationship I stopped listening to some music that I loved because he didn't like it. Freedom and independence. I could move wherever I want, whenever. I don't get triggered nearly as often. There are many. Not having to do 2 sets of rounds with in-laws during holidays. Being able to pick up and go on spontaneous trips at the drop of a hat. Not having to delicately carve out me time because it's all the time. No one to run purchases by. But it's not all great. Lack of support sucks when single. Whether that be emotional, financial, or even physical help carrying shit, cleaning, etc. No partner to have your back when you need it. And makes 3-legged races near impossible. Freedom. Getting to do what I want, when I want, however I want it without having to worry about whether or not I'm being good to someone else while doing so. I always get what I want without compromises or resentment. I never have to worry about meeting or failing to meet someone's expectations. I can just be me. I don't have to put in effort to make someone happy or make a relationship work, nor do I have to worry about them doing or not doing the same for me. Freedom. Even then you still have to plan around yourself. Your lives inevitably end up revolving around each other to some extent, and it's important to let the other person know what's up. Want to see a friend? Hang on, so is expecting me for, because that's what we usually do. If you're living together, then you're going to need agreement on any changes to the common areas, which is basically going to be your whole home or most of your home unless you're pretty well backed financially. Being 100 is obligation free. I don't feel like looking at my phone all weekend or responding to texts. I do it. I want to jump on a plane and go visit my friend in another state? Yep. Want to quit my job and pursue another career field? Done it. Once you add an ESO and children, all of these things become more complicated. That being said, eventually I will settle down. It is nice to have someone to spend your life with. We were single for a long time before getting married. Husband is allergic to damn near everything, and doesn't like certain spices. So he doesn't like going to certain restaurants that I love, and I can't have cats anymore. Flush face, this hurts, and traveling isn't as simple since I can't just crash on couches like before. There's a few sacrifices that are fine, since he does bring so much to my life. It can be hard, though. It's been a while since I was single, but being able to go play golf after work. Being able to golf as much as I want during the weekend. Basically just being able to leave in the morning and come home late at night and not have anyone ask what have you been doing? It boils down to doing what you want, when you want to do it without having to consider someone else actually valuing your time with them. No responsibility to another person. My fuck-ups don't fuck up another person. True freedom of expression. You get to choose what your living space looks like, how you maintain it and any other little things. Even like where you leave your keys. All of that without having to bend to what another wants. Just being able to live and grow without having to consider the needs of another is magical. TBH. I'm surprised how often the term ask for permission is thrown around here. There isn't really anything I have to ask my husband's permission for. Of course I'll communicate my plans with him, but he's not my parent. One luxury of being single is definitely no one messing up your living space. Like you clean the flat, go away for the weekend and find it just as Leon when you return. Having headphones on and not have to pause your music, bookmark your work, or pause a game every time they need to talk to you. When I was single I would listen to music till midnight and just paint or draw it, often working on projects. The only times I can get to myself is when there's a new season of a show she likes, and even then she wants us to go to dinner with her friends. Not having to worry about being left or cheated on, or if the partner sitting across from you in bed that swears you're the love of their life is secretly settling because she's better than no one and the girl that got away blocked me years ago. So I guess I'll make this life with her. Hell, some dudes even marry women they feel that way about. No deliberating what to buy for gifts, where to spend the holidays, not dealing with their family, not dealing with their friends. Not constantly having the societal expectations of whether you're a good enough partner, whether you're being fair or nice. Being selfish basically, in the best possible way. I'm not sure I don't understand, because loads of people and couples have been single for a long time beforehand. But I think most couples have pointless arguments, even if it's just fleeting disagreements about complete nonsense. As someone who is pretty conflict averse, It's just great not having that. Everything is exactly where you left it. I have to ask my wife all the time where's X, Y and Z, and she treats me like it's my fault I don't know where stuff is. Woman, you change where stuff goes like once a week. I can't keep up with the new spots things go. Love her but she'll never change. Why will couples not understand the luxury of being single? Couples are born single, no? And most choose to be coupled up on a conscious decision. If you hadn't, then that really is your problem, and decidedly that being coupled up adds more value than being single. What a weird QN. Never needing to check in with anyone about anything. Want to stay in and binge Netflix? Done want to go to that cool new restaurant? Done want to stay up late and game? Done the ease on deciding what to do day in day out is much easier when you're by yourself. I'm going to sound cynical here, but not having to deal with someone else's problems all the time. Don't get me wrong, I have plenty of my own, but sometimes I really enjoy having done all I can at that moment and just basking in the absence of any other drama. You do whatever you want, when you want. No need to tell anyone where you're going, why you're doing something, or have to worry about someone else being left out getting pissed off with you for not including them in your thought process. I don't need to talk to anyone I don't want to talk to or do anything I don't want to do, outside of work. If I just want to sit in silence in my apartment all weekend, I can. Don't need to worry about someone feeling neglected. Having the house to myself, not having to clean up after someone else, not having to deal with someone else's snoring, tossing and turning, and also not having to worry about waking them if I'm snoring, tossing and turning. Being able to just go and do something. Doesn't matter what it is. I don't have to ask, confirm, run it by, update, touch base, text, let someone know. Not anything. I can just go do it, and enjoy actually doing it. I don't have to participate in plans ASO agreed to without asking me first. I don't have to consult or factor in ASO on any decisions or plans, and I never have to come home to or clean up a mess I didn't make myself. I miss being the only opinion that matters. I have an extremely respectful partner, but we have different tastes. Occasionally, the Udas Octopus bookend would look amazing is met with absolutely the hell not. The expanses of uninterrupted free time where you do exactly what you want without leaning over and asking would you like or do you want or do you mind if. You only have to consider yourself. I go out to eat by myself, and man, it's amazing I get to enjoy my food, in my own thoughts, not worrying if the person across from me is comfortable. If you never tried it, you should. Having the bed to yourself. Cuddling is nice, but it's so amazing to be able to stretch out. Also, people are warm AF. I overheat easily, and a man in the bed just makes me way too warm. Only having to clean up after myself, cook the food I want to eat without worrying about someone else's preferences or allergies, and having full control over the household budget. The stunning lack of extra emotional labor. I see all of my female colleagues with all this extra labor they take on to have a family, and I'm like, I'm good. Catch you guys later. I was kind of stuck in a pity party funk about my husband dumping me and having to start over on my own. After reading this thread, I'm getting pretty fucking stoked about it, lol. For me, it was the ability to just move anywhere I wanted anytime I wanted. I would just pack up, say my goodbyes, and go to another city or state without a care in the world. My time is 100 my own at home. Not that it isn't nice to have someone to share life with, but sometimes knowing I can come home and eat dinner on my own schedule is nice. It's the single people who don't understand. People who are a part of a couple were once single, and can only now appreciate everything they took for granted back then. You can do whatever you want, when you want, how you want, and change plans or modify your approach at the last second without having to explain yourself to anyone. What sort of questions is this? Everyone was single at least once for shorter or longer period of time. They know exactly what's different than being in a couple. Having she-whole bed to spread out while sleeping. So nice to roll over with the covers and not have to do the whole lift, and rotate your body in place thing. Not being answerable to anyone. You can sleep throughout the day, you can watch whatever you want, you can listen to a song on repeat as many times as you want. What a weird question! Every person who is in a couple has been single at some point in their life. They know what it's like to be single. It's not some mystery. The freedom to make decisions independently, focus on personal goals without compromise, and enjoy solitude without the need for constant companionship. You can have friends from the opposite gender if you are straight. People in serious relationships cannot have them, no matter what they tell you. The freedom of doing exactly what you want with your time. Sure, some of that time is allocated to wanking, but then the rest of the day is free. Not having to take anyone else's needs into consideration when deciding anything. You eat what you want to eat, watch what you want to watch, etc. When I was single and lived alone, I could do what I wanted selfishly, from order Deliveroo ice cream at 3 AM to just not talking to anyone all day, being able to come and go as you please with no accountability. I like being able to come home late without another person asking where I was, doing things without being interrupted, or having full silence. Not feeling guilt if you don't want to do something but you should be doing it. Who left out this chicken? Who keeps leaving socks on the couch? Whose turn is it to do the dishes? Shouldn't someone clean the bathroom? Couples used to be single. In fact, they probably have more experience being single than being in a relationship. So I think they know. Embarrassed smiley face. I can order delivery from the food places I like, then only pay for one. Then eat said food on my couch watching the movie TV show I want. Making unilateral decisions. I want that car. I want to buy that vacation property. I want to lend my friend family this much money. I miss how much I saved on toilet paper. I used to buy one box that lasted the whole year. Now I go through that every 2-3 months. Not having to worry about my bathroom counter closet being overtaken and my things being shunted into the corner or the trash. Sounds to me like some of the people here have been in terrible relationships which made their partner an absolute burden. I can leave the place a mess if I want. Have parties whenever I wish, bring hookups back, wander around naked if I wish. Every couple was at one point single, so there's definitely nothing that they don't understand about being single. Oh, I promise you, I understand and am highly jealous. I love Mr. Purpleberry, but damn, I miss being single sometimes.